because they're of people I like Louise Hay. So I got this short, and it was about Louise Hay talking about how the number one thing that stops us from loving ourselves is self-criticism. And, you and I have talked about this on this program and at our 2 Days of Truth Health Summit about how important it is to actually love and accept yourself. And that's important on a mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual level, right? Dis-ease is created from an inability to love and accept yourself, which is tied into forgiveness. So I heard her say it, and I've heard this a million times. I have given talks on this, but in the moment, Joel, sometimes it's like you heard it for the millionth time, and then that's when it clicked, right? So that's when I was ready for it. And I think God sent me that clip at that right time. So in this clip, she says how that's the number one thing that stops you from loving yourself, which I completely agree with. If you think about all the negative self-talk that most of us have, so what I did was the first day I just practiced awareness. I just went through my day, trying not to change my behavior, but just noticing what I'm thinking and what I'm saying about myself. And then you can see it in other people as well, about how hard we are on ourselves. Like, just, like, oh, I don't look good in this outfit, or, oh, like I feel fat today. Or even when we're just talking about random things, I'll say things like, oh yeah, I'm not really good in math. It's still a self-criticism, even though you don't think, oh, that's not even that important. When am I using math very much? Like, it's still a self-criticism. And by the way, it's interesting the things we criticize ourselves on, because I went through calculus in college. Like, I got A's all the way through calculus, and yet I still will hold on to this belief that I'm not good in math, right? So we just constantly put ourselves down. And now I'm so attuned to it now. I'm hearing all my friends say negative things about themselves, apologizing all the time for things that they say or do, or, just for living, apologizing for being alive. And so in this short, Louise Hay challenges you. And she says, you can take a vow right now to yourself that you're just going to stop criticizing. Just stop it. And I was like, oh, okay, easier said than done. But, because this is something I've done my whole life. So I did, though. I said, okay, but here's the caveat to that. We know, because these are parts of our behaviors, they're habits for us now. It's really hard to just immediately stop something. So the problem is, if you then catch yourself criticizing yourself, you will then criticize yourself for being critical of yourself. So that's the pattern you have to stop. So when you catch yourself, you say, oh, okay, there's no judgment. I'm not going to judge myself that I just did that. You simply turn that negative statement into a positive. So when I caught myself saying things like, yeah, I'm just not good at math, I caught myself saying it. I did not beat myself up about that. I said to myself, oh, okay, isn't that interesting? Let's turn it around. I am good at math, right? You just seriously just turn it into a positive. So I will tell you, it's been a couple of weeks now. This is life-changing for me. Like, seriously, life-changing. It has changed every single aspect of my life. And I will go through the house now sometimes thinking to myself, like, I almost want to cry. Like, before, I just walked around with all this self-doubt, like, oh, I'm a horrible mom. Like, I can't juggle the work with the homeschooling and the homesteading. Like, just how difficult all this is to juggle. And like, oh, I'm a horrible wife. Like, I don't do more things for my husband or whatever. And now I find myself walking through the house sometimes saying, I'm a good mom. Like, I am a good friend. Like, I am a good, nice person. And as you can see, like, I'm already so emotional about it, because literally how profoundly this has impacted me in just about 2 weeks' time. Now, it not only impacted myself, it's affected my entire family. It's infected my community, the people who I'm around, my friends, right? They are now feeling a different type of energy from me. And I am not so critical of others anymore, right? You notice it in yourself, and then you start hearing what you're saying to others, even again, if it's just subtle things. Like I hear some moms saying things like, oh yeah, Like, that's my child who's really good at math. That's my artistic child over there. Like, that's the child that's good at sports. It's still a form of criticism at its basic level, because it means, oh, you're not the one that's good at math, or you're good at sports but not math, or you're good at math but you're not the physical stuff.
Yeah, you don't want me to be your partner playing Pictionary because I can't draw a stick man.
Same way. I'm like, I had teachers when I was really young tell me that I was really bad at art. And so
Yeah.
I never pursued it. All I did was like stick figures. And I wish I had it with me. Okay, next time I will bring a piece of artwork that I did. And my friends are like, what do you mean you're bad at art? That's a beautiful painting. Like, it was a sunset. And I painted along to a free YouTube video in the morning one day before anybody was awake. And my kids woke up and they were like, you painted that? Oh my gosh. Like, because I have this narrative that I'm not good at art, you know? So it's incredible, these limiting beliefs that we hold on to, and how it affects how not only our own health and wellness, but it affects how we interact with other people. And that's really where I want to go with this, is that what I've realized is that, a lot of us we continue our striving to be like better people, but we also want to help our community, and we want to help the world become a better place, right? Like, I know that sounds kind of naive and kind of like a thing that, Miss America would say, like, I just want a world peace. Like, but what I'm saying is, if you can stop criticizing yourself, I think this is one of the most important things you can do to not only become a healthier, happier, more free person, but to create a healthier, happier, freer community and world. And the reason I think that is because emotions are contagious, right? This is one thing we know actually is contagious. and so I wanted to dive into this because I had already known some of the research behind this, but then in the last 2 weeks, when I've witnessed it, I've witnessed how me changing this fundamental change at my core has changed the way my children interact with each other. It's changing how they speak to each other, like the words that they use. It's changing how I interact with my friends. Like, if a friend starts, we all vent, and there's a time and place for that, and it could be very therapeutic. But I've also now become aware of when one of my friends is putting herself down, and I will just offer a word of encouragement, and it completely immediately shifts her mindset, and it brings her up. And if I wasn't in a positive space myself, I would not have the capacity to do that. I would probably join her in that negative space.